My name's Clay Cazier. I'm the SVP SEO here at Assembly. So how did we get here today? It all begins with large language models. A large language model is a way to disassemble human language and create kind of mathematical relationships between words and concepts, being able to process that data and then reassemble it in ways that are useful for responding to questions. ChatGPT suddenly took LLM, large language models, and made them accessible to normal consumers to have conversations with a computer. And that's what ChatGPT ultimately is. It's a chat bot, but one that's exceptionally intelligent. ChatGPT uses a data source called the Common Crawl, which is an open source set of data from scientific journals, Wikipedia, etc. And it collected data through, I believe the date was the beginning of September 2021. That opens up some of what's perceived as the weakness of ChatGPT, which is that its data is limited. Most of us would like to know where it got that information so we can kind of fact check it for ourselves. Well, ChatGPT does not present that kind of sourcing. Another criticism of ChatGPT is that it can sometimes seem very authoritative about answers where it is outright wrong. It hallucinates answers that are incorrect. We have to expect a system in the future to be truly useful, to be able to know good information from bad. So the next evolution of AI and the public consciousness, Bing quickly integrated ChatGPT into its mobile search systems. Let's call it a conversation agent that accompanies Bing's search results. It is not deeply integrated into their search results themselves. It's an accessory that helps you generate, well, the kinds of conversational answers that ChatGPT answers. So it is a commercial application of ChatGPT, but it's far from integrated. It's more of a query assistant than something trying to improve the quality of results tendered to consumers. So the next thing that we saw is Google came out with its Bard chatbot, a conversational method for asking information or asking questions of a computer system, getting back synthesized answers based upon its data set. Now, the reason why Bard immediately represented a step forward is because it used real data from the web. ChatGPT did not. It still wasn't an integrated feature of Google search. Of course, you could get to it through Google, but it was not baked into google.com proper. Not to be outdone, ChatGPT was subsequently improved shortly after Bard to include live web connections through its ChatGPT Plus paid product. This is something that, from a consumer point of view, was great because it provided more up-to-date data, a little bit more diverse data source to draw answers from, but it's something that will end up being problematic within a few short months after its premiere. So the next stage of this conversation, which is really the seismic event in our estimation, was when Google, at their Google I/O conference in May 2023, announced their Search Generative Experience, SGE. It is a move forward in the idea of ever-improving large language model systems accessible to consumers. Google has paid a lot of attention to making sure that the answers that Google.com provides were high quality. Not only does SGE, Google's search integrated AI system, provide live data from its own search results, it does quite a good job at being able to differentiate between quality answers from experts versus just data that doesn't simply put together answers based upon, put simplistically, the volume of instances of those comments in its data set. As I've always said, Google ultimately would love to be an answer engine, not a search engine, meaning if they can hold consumers on their website, then of course they can expose them to more ads, but they can begin to serve answers, and then with a system like SGE, they can prompt them for the next question and answer session as well. You have to imagine that as Google is able to continually serve follow-up questions, and as they're able to synthesize multiple inputs into an answer to a question, that it will likely harm the high funnel informational query traffic that a lot of sites may be receiving today. There's really not going to be as much of a cause to have people click through into the website sources that SGE is using. You have a point of view, you have material quality, you have experts who have helped you craft the exact right product for consumers. You should really focus upon that kind of expertise, because that is what we believe will survive most and be promoted the best to your website through an SGE experience. We need to move to useful, experiential, guiding content, not simply mechanical or keyword content. We're also reminded of the work that our friends in social media are doing with influencer campaigns. This is a perfect example of the kind of content that an SGE type system is not able to infer by its own mechanical systems. We need to be able to feed these kinds of real human inputs into that SGE experience, and those will likely survive better than generic or let's call it evergreen content or encyclopedic content. How will Google monetize SGE? And the quick answer is they've already published a few blog posts about what their vision is. Sometimes it's to have your traditional advertisements above the SGE answers. Other times it's to have within an SGE answer but I think that in short order, we will see full monetization in terms of shopping ads, text ads, especially around mid to low funnel queries, just like you see today in traditional search.